Hi, everybody, it's Anaconda, and welcome to a brand new episode of What's Love's Got to Do with It. I'm so excited about today's episode. This guest today is a sister that I have just come off tour with. I've been recently on the Snatch Game tour around Australia, and my sensational guest is none other than the absolute superstar that is JuJuBee. I've worked with JuJu throughout the years. We've met many times, but we really got to bond while we were on tour. And the energy and the love that radiates out of JuJu is just sensational. And it's just this warmth that not many people have in your life. Not many people have. It's a very rare energy to come across, and it's so freaking special. And I'm so thrilled for you to hear this conversation. We talk about us meeting Gaia and talking to the plants while we're on tour. We touch on some of JuJuBee's losses in her life and the profound ones, the loss of her dad, which is such a beautiful story. And we also reminisce a little bit about the tour and you get a bit of backstage tea. So there's all these different stories, and I don't want to hold you up from that. Without further ado, after this break, we'll be back with my guest, JuJuBee. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. I'm so excited to welcome my beautiful guest today. We've just wrapped up being on tour together here in Australia, and it is none other than the legendary JuJuBee.
Confetti.
Good morning, my angel. You look radiant this morning.
It's probably all the potions and lotions and oils I slathered on last night. You look radiant this evening because I know
Thank you.
we are. What time is
Uh,
it over there right now?
I'm 10:30, 10:30 in the
PM.
evening, PM. But I come
Yeah.
alive at night, as you well know. You've
Oh,
witnessed.
I know. And I come alive in the morning.
I know you are very much a morning girl, aren't you?
Oh, honey, I'm already watering my lawn right now.
I
It's going
know.
it's the sprinklers going.
That is stunning. That was my favorite thing that I learned about you is how much of a woman of earth you are. You know, talking because we had a
A
moment where
woman,
we were talking.
WOE,
Yeah,
woman
go
of
on.
earth. Whoa.
Wow, man. We had a moment where we were like doing that. We're talking to Gaia while we're on tour, letting Gaia come to us and touch the plants. But your garden is one of the most breathtaking things I think I've seen in a
Oh.
long time.
Thank you. It's one
What?
of my peaceful places.
Yeah, dude, like, when did that begin for you, your gardening adventure?
Actually, when I was a kid, I used to garden with my dad a lot. And my dad, he passed away when I was 15. So it's been like 26 years.
Yeah.
I remember the best times I spent outside was with dad, and he would garden and he would plant like every Laotian vegetable you could think of. Like it would be like those teeny tiny little chilies
Yeah.
that they probably called Thai chilies everywhere. And then the tiny little eggplants. And we would have those things for dinner. It'd be a part of our whole culinary experience. And I think that as my dad grew up back in Laos, I think he gardened a lot with his dad. But now I plant produce and things that I would eat, but I also plant a lot of flowers because I don't really give a shit about me. I'm planting things for like the bugs and the birds and the rabbits. I have a shitload of rabbits.
Really? Are they pests for you?
I think they're pests for my neighbors, but they're like my friends. Like, like I leave. I maybe my neighbors dislike me for this, but I'll leave like saucers of water for them because I feel like humans have taken over so much of the world and we've left nothing for nature. And I'm
Yeah.
just trying to bring it back. I also want to hide everybody from me. Like I want to build like a screen of trees so that I could walk around nude in my backyard.
See, you are a woman of nature. I could just see it, and you'd have this like beautiful Lady Godiva Bay, but I think it would be like in a beautiful like a honey brown or something with like roots, and you'd be walking around like just
Yeah. With my
touching
off
the
the rack
grass.
drag dress, very
Babes,
pedestrian JuJuBee.
but is that not what? Like, I love that. I think it's beautiful.
Me
No,
too.
you got to be naked. You can't be wearing anything. You got to be nude.
I guess I'll have my pussy out and the wind could just breeze on it.
You got to get Gonzo out.
I can't believe you remember that.
Bitch, I loved it. I had such a joyful time on tour with you for the Snatch Game. It was such a just a joyful experience getting to know you better.
You're one of my favorite people.
Oh, back at you. Ditto twofold.
Like,
Just the laugh. So we didn't even need to say anything, and it just brought me so much joy.
same. And I could always count on you to bring a smile to my face. And I could always count on you to always be in the moment because, the Snatch Game is not easy.
No.
It could be made really difficult, but then when you just let go and become aware of the space and the people around you, which is what you do. And I think you're such an amazing performer where you always stay in the moment. And that really helped me get into character and stay in my moment because it's scary.
Yeah. And it's
We sat there in front of a whole bunch of people and we were like, oh my gosh, we have to be funny every night.
yeah. And it's not even just a short burst of funny either. It's like on for like a good hour and a bit
Hmm.
constantly. And but you're the same. You're very generous with your with the way you interact, and you're a yes and girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes, and mama. And have you always been that sort of you've always been such a generous person because you come from like I would say the before times of drag, of before the drag race. B-
before fillers,
yeah, BTR. Yeah, before fillers, before any of that. But
we both have fillers now, but
you because you're quite new to the fillers, aren't you?
you
Oh,
know
your
what?
lips.
Yes. Yeah. I've gotten my lips and my cheeks done probably for a few years now. I think
Yeah.
it's been 3 times, and they've been small but gradual.
It's a build up.
Somebody wrote on my I put a video up the other day talking about crying over butterflies, right? Because I saw 3 monarch butterflies and I started crying. I was like, oh, I'm doing it. There's 3 monarch butterflies just fluttering around. And the one comment that stood out to me was, what did you do with your face?
There's always someone. Those bring me joy though. It's
So
those
much.
because I think once you take the power out of that, they think they're getting one on us. But the
Yeah.
fact is that brings us a lot of joy.
It makes me laugh. I could imagine that the way that I was giggling is probably the same way Coco Montrese laughs when people are like, she definitely is retouching her pictures. Like, mama, Coco knows that she's retouching. She knows.
Yeah, she's very well aware. My favorite is sometimes when she edits the photos, but she doesn't correct the eye. There's one eye just like creeping off a little bit to that
It's
way.
it's all on purpose because she's sitting there and she goes, oh, I don't care at all.
And
You know,
she's
she
I look beautiful. I
yes.
love it.
Yeah. And but that's the thing. I love making people feel that I'm delusional. And I love being in on the joke and having them just question whether or not I know what's going on.
It's that's that lost art that like I think we learnt when we were coming up and starting that we were the joke. And
Yeah.
and now because it's become popular and mainstream or whatever, people think that we've lost the ability. Well, some have. I'm not gonna lie, there are some sisters that have lost the ability to take a joke. But
Oh my gosh, a lot.
yeah, yeah. But once you realize that like you can be a part of the joke and it takes the power away from them, that is one of the most that's the best lesson you'll ever learn in life.
Yeah. And it's more fun that way.
Oh, so much more fun. So much more fun. And it's like less depressing.
I'm always going to be depressed, honey. That's why
Oh
I got a
well.
garden and I cry over butterflies.
Me too. That's why I'm hardcore medicated and I still smoke. So
Do you still smoke?
yeah, I was having
Oh, you
ciggies when we were
do.
in
That's,
tour. Yeah.
you know what? I never smell it on you.
Well, I'd make sure I don't.
You don't smell it. You don't smell like a smoker. I smoked cigarettes for years and now I'm on the vape with my last vice and I can't I want to give it up, but I like it.
Yeah.
I like
And you
it.
like because there's a part of life that is about having a vice, I think. Oh, what flavor are you on today?
We're in Massachusetts. There's no flavor.
Oh, what is it?
It's clear.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's very regulated and it should be because it's not good and you should like kids don't do it.
Yeah, don't
Drink a lot of
vape.
water. Uh,
Yeah. Fuel,
garden.
yeah, fuel your soul with the love and light from the Lord.
Yeah, and support local drag and international drag because we need your money too. And it's so hard. It's just there's so many drag queens.
Yeah,
There's so many drag queens,
dude,
you know.
it's a misconception about us is that just because you've been on TV means you're making millions, and it's not the
Have you
case,
seen your first million? I haven't seen mine yet.
baby.
I know some of those bitches have.
I know, isn't that wild?
Yeah, and I'm happy for them,
Yeah, yeah.
And I find that the queens that are on top and making like the most money have been genuinely true to themselves, which I
Mm,
admire because
mm,
there are some queens that I've met from our sisterhood that have definitely started believing their own hype. And it drives me wild because it's, girl, you've been given this gift and now you're just being an asshole
yeah. And to what
and mean to
end?
fans.
Oh, that's the worst. Like there's times
Yeah.
we both experienced it, like being tired and not wanting to
Hmm.
do it, but like they've paid that money to come and meet us.
Yeah.
Pull up your boots and you smile and you say hello and you give
Yeah.
them that moment.
It's the job. It's the
It's the
job.
job.
And I don't know who told this to me, but it really stayed with me. And it was the fact that it may not be our first time doing this,
Mm,
but it's probably the person who waited in line. It's probably their first moment. And their first moment is obviously going to be really exciting. And we have to give it to them. And I'm glad that us as the Snatch Game tour, we all did really well with this.
yeah,
We did
yeah.
really well. And everybody was really happy.
Yeah, and pretty much everyone was on time. Like we did. Yeah, I was really proud of us. I think we really
Yeah.
adequate professionals. Adequate. No, not adequate. No, we were all consummate professionals. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Everyone held their own, and that's what I love. Is I love people that hold their own and don't impede on the enjoyment of everybody else. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I don't think we experienced that this tour, which
Oh,
was
I had
so
a tantrum
nice.
once and then I was like, I'm
Oh,
leaving.
but we
I'm
got
upset.
but we're all allowed one moment, but it didn't
Yeah.
impede on anyone.
No, I like to be miserable on my own.
Oh,
Like
bless you.
I'd rather not involve people in my misery because I know it's gonna change.
Yeah,
Like I know it's gonna go away.
yeah. It's that's a level like you do have a level of self-awareness that is so lovely to see in people because sometimes I think we go about the world hoping that everyone does has that same level of self-awareness. Have you always
Yeah.
been quite present in yourself?
No, no, not at all. I actually suppressed a lot of it for a really
Mm,
long time. I was a heavy drinker and I used drugs, and I think that was my form of numbing whatever it was that I was trying to avoid. And maybe it was like trauma from my childhood. We all have shit,
yeah,
and I numbed a lot. But it was fun at first.
yeah.
It was so fun and I was having a great time. And when I started changing myself or growing, I guess that's the same exact thing to
Mm,
me. I think my old life kept wanting to pull me back because there were people who were doing all those things with me who would call me insane and boring after I decided not to do those things anymore. And it really helped push me forward into my own journey because believe me when I say this, I don't think that I would be in my house right now that I bought or watering my lawn that I've always dreamed of or having this garden had I not made those changes for myself. And then that's when I finally got to a point where I was fully present. Rue always
mm,
talks about this kind of shit, and I never
yeah.
understood. It took me how many times was I on Drag Race to hear her say, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Do you know it took me 5 times for me to actually hear what she meant. And it's really simple words. And it was like I finally got to a point where I said, hey, you really do love yourself and you gotta like actually show it. So
Yeah.
I started taking action.
That's it's so fascinating to think that those simple things that
Mhm.
we all have access to. Yet I think a lot of us try to find it maybe an alternate route to that
Yeah,
happiness. Yet the
sure.
path there is straightforward and it's so
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
And did you
It's
find a lot of
simple
that?
but not easy,
No,
right?
yes, that's it. It's simple but not easy, and it's
Yeah.
like it's a daily commitment, I think.
Totally.
And I think I don't like with your journey of like sobriety and coming to this place. Like I think a lot of people get. How do you cope with those moments with the little voices come back in
Oh my
and like
gosh.
because it happens to everyone.
Oh, totally. All the time. All
Yeah.
the time. Do you know how many times I'll go out and it'll be really nice and warm, and the first thing I want is I'll literally I'll hear myself talk to myself and say, God, I could really go for a nice cold beer.
Yeah.
It would be so good in that moment and so delicious. And I like want to so badly. But I know that if I had just that one, it would probably be insane. It might not, but I don't want to find out. So for me, I look at the bigger picture and I know why that I've made myself into this person. And it's just my journey. I'm not here to tell everybody that they need to be like me, but I know that a lot of people want to change and don't know how to change themselves. And I think that just allowing themselves to experience different things
Mm,
will open up a whole new world for them. And for me, it was just being a sober person because I was a really shitty person when I wasn't sober.
mm,
I don't like that person.
yeah.
He wasn't mean to other people. He was just really mean to himself.
Yeah.
And yeah. And I choose to speak about that person in third person because it's not me anymore, you
It's so
know?
distant from the person that you are, or
Yeah.
the
And
person that you
I'm
become.
glad I had him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think people run from that person, but you have to
Hmm.
acknowledge that was a part of our story.
Totally. And sometimes he's still around because baby, when I be reading comments online and it's shady, not just towards me, but towards like my friends, that drunk airline wants to come out and be like, you know what, you stupid bitch. Why don't you take your flat foot ass home? Like it is wild. That's the one that won the reading challenges, honey.
I think you successfully, though. I think you found those parts of the drunk airline, and you brought
Yeah.
those parts with you, because you still got it. Like the fire that
Oh,
you have in
babe.
there is still there. Yeah.
Totally. And you know what I still love doing is when everybody does a shot, I will still do the ritual of the shot. I'll be like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, just put
I got some
like a
lemonade, some soda water. Yeah.
something. I think you gave
Yeah.
me lemonade
Yeah,
one
I
night,
did.
and
Yeah, yeah.
it's nice to be a part of it.
Yes.
It's a ritual, you know?
Yeah, it's and that's the thing. It's because I think when you said about you being boring, like I never experienced that with you at all, and I don't wouldn't ever say
Thank
that to
you.
you. But you like, why would we? I wouldn't want you to not feel a part of that. So that's
Yeah.
why it was
Oh
nice to do
yeah.
that little shot on the final night. You had your little lemonade, and we did a little shot of
Yeah,
tequila, and it was like it's just it is that ritual, that
it
feeling of
is.
it's less of the drink and more of the bond that it
Totally.
creates.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do miss us though. I
yeah.
was like when I got home, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not waking up at 4 a.m. to go to the airport anymore. This is crazy.
This is unfair. How could they take this away from us?
Yeah. And I don't know if you realize this, you live in a really beautiful country.
It
It
is
is
pretty
so
lovely.
beautiful. And
Yeah.
I think I appreciated Australia more this time than I ever have. And I'm really grateful that I got to experience this, especially with this group of people, because I've always done like small little things with maybe one or two other people. And we were always foreigners to the country. But having you there and actually being able to tell us about things, I enjoyed that. It was
Yeah,
cool.
it was really special. I really enjoyed it. It was just nice sharing that. And you're all very open to listening and know things about like Australia, but you've been here so many times.
Yeah, this time though was
It
so
was
different for me. It
yeah,
was cool. And in the dark, like they run a tight ship.
they
It's
do.
pretty wild.
Yeah, it's like a nunnery or convent. They're like,
Yeah.
up you get, little concubines. We're off.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
got Ben.
with
I just want Ben with the little. I want him to have a little flag on a stick and just
I
lead him
know.
through the airport.
And Jesse and Kane are just like, all right,
All
let's
right, here we
gore.
go.
Let's gore with the only thing missing was name tags. They should have just given all of us name
Oh, oh,
tags.
babes, if they could have had them printed, they would have been on our little bodies. Where's your tag?
I'm shocked they didn't put air tags on necklaces for us just to figure out where we were. Because sometimes I'd be like, where am I?
Just lost. It's when we wake up in a different place and you're like, what is going on? You feel like you just
Hmm.
lose all sense of space and time. You've been quite an avid touring artist for so many years now. What's one of your favorite places that you visited and why?
Oh my gosh. One of my favorite places that I've ever visited, and this was last year, it was Iceland.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it was Iceland. And the gig was really fun. It was actually, I think it was a Pride event. Yeah, it was a Pride event because the next day was the parade. And the reason why I enjoyed it was first when I went to the Pride parade, it was like nothing I've ever seen before. I think it started off at this like huge church, like right outside, and the church was decorated, which to me was so different from what my brain tells me with Pride in churches. And
Mm,
then as we were going through the line of people, I realized that it wasn't just queer people, it was everybody. It would like I saw generations of people. Like I saw like grandparents and mothers and their children and then the babies. Like it was just an event of love and celebrating just being
you
human
being
and queer.
yeah.
Yeah, it was just existing. And I thought that was really cool because it was as if there was pride and then all the allies came out and said, hey, we support you. It was for me mind blowing. That was the first part. And then the second part was obviously the nature. Like I got to do a tour of the tectonic plates and then I saw the hot springs and I saw the original geyser, which is no longer geysering.
Yeah,
She's been sleeping for a minute,
yeah.
but it was cool to see that part of Earth that you for me, I only read about and I've only seen pictures. So to see it in person was really exciting.
That would be I could not
It
imagine. I
was
would love to go
cool.
to Iceland. Yeah, because
It was
and it's
so cool.
seeing how different cultures of people work versus our bubble sometimes of what we live in day to day, and I'd like it would be
Mhm.
so foreign to see that, but then it's so
Yeah.
heartwarming at the same time. I would love to go to Iceland. I really want to do Antarctica one day.
Aren't you closer to Antarctica than anybody?
Yeah, but I think is it Antarctica or the what's the other one? It's the top one.
The where Santa Claus lives, the
Yeah,
North
the North
Pole?
Pole. Yeah, which one do you go to? You visit Antarctica, but don't you have to go? I think you have to go through Chile to get to Antarctica or something, where the ships leave or some shit. It's quite.
You can't just there's no airport in Antarctica?
I don't think so. No, I think it's all
Can you
like.
go to Antarctica?
I think so. I'm pretty sure you can, or the Arctic Circle. One of the two. There's one that you have to go to through like Chile or somewhere, and then they get on a boat, and then you go through on boat to
Here's an idea. Let's
yeah
all go to the Arctic Circle and have a
drag
circle
show in the Arctic
jerk.
Circle. Oh, a circle
No.
jerk in the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, an Arctic Circle jerk.
That has never happened.
ACCJ.
ACCJs. That's never happened. That has. Do you imagine just like I'm down. I'll
Our
do it
dicks would freeze and fall off.
for the content. That's what we do these
Baby,
days.
the content.
The would have just.
Oh my gosh, are we am I being bad? Are we do we have to bleep
No,
all of
this
this?
is no. We can have all of this. I love it.
There's gonna Mommy, what's a content?
What do you think my audience are? 12-year-old kids?
Girls, little
Little
girls who
girls.
want to grow up to be Hannah, who by the way, I pointed this out to you. Hannah Conda is the mom from American Dad. Down. Pull up a picture. Pull up a
Who is
picture right now.
what's her name? I forgot. I keep forgetting her name.
I don't
And
know
she's
her
like,
name, but she is you. It is
yeah.
so crazy. I
No,
was
we
like,
were in Perth and you said that. And I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, we were walking to
Teen.
Chinese. Yeah, Francie, we were walking to get Chinese or fusion.
Yeah.
That is literally you.
Oh, I can't see it. Oh, that's me. I actually see it. Like, I really do see
But
it.
that is such a Halloween costume. Please.
Okay, this year for Halloween, I've got to be Francine.
Wait, you need to dress up as her. Here's a number. Dress up as her and do American Boy.
Ah, yes. You can buy an
Uh-huh.
American Boy. Yes, okay, Dad. Okay. And then I need someone to be the alien Roger. I think Tia could do a good Roger.
He is the perfect Roger.
She is. And she just said that. Ooh.
Yeah. I love Tia. And I love your friendship with Tia. I love
Ah.
your friendship with you. The two of you are so good together and you balance each other so well and you take care of each other. I've never experienced Tia as much as I did during this
Yeah.
tour. And I'm so glad because I love her.
Yeah.
She's so
She's
sweet.
She is. She's it's such a fun little cat, and I love that she can go through 10 different emotions in the space of I don't know, like 15 minutes, and it
Oh, I
really
was going to
brings
say
me
14
joy.
seconds.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to be generous.
She's gonna hear that and she'll be like, I'm mad.
Okay. Who
Can't
would you say
believe
is
you.
your should be? Yeah, I'll get the message, but then she'll be like, "Thanks for talking about me."
Yeah. Do you know who else? Pythia.
Ah, Pathea, what a dream.
What a freaking dream. What a
Yeah,
gorgeous human being and so funny. She was so funny. And I always found that whenever I was like shady, she would just be really quiet and listen.
and and then she started at the end to say
Yeah.
some quite shady things.
Which I love.
The real crux of why I do this podcast, JuJuBee, is that as a two-time runner-up and you a five-time runner-up,
Yeah, was it 5 times?
something like that.
Okay, so it's season 2, All Stars 1, All Stars 5, UK versus the world. And then the fifth time was
Versus.
Queen-
Oh, and then you had UK
yeah.
versus the world, and then you had Queens of the Universe.
Yeah, Queen is yeah, when Trixie told me I couldn't sing. That was
Rude.
she didn't say I couldn't sing.
Why?
They just didn't like me. Oh my gosh. I remember that like it was yesterday. I cried in the elevator for 40 seconds and then after I dried my
Gotta.
tears. I was like, "All right, what do I have to do now? What room are you bringing me to? We have to film me walking in to saying hi to those girls and they're going to all pretend to be shocked.
Let's wrap this motherfucker up. Let's go.
Let's go."
But so we have that in common where we've lost things in our lives. But I love the reason I started this is because I process loss in all of its different forms throughout life, and I love breaking down the stigma of talking about it because I think people get very much in their head about loss in life in all of its different
Sure.
forms. What is something in your life that you've experienced, a loss that you've experienced that has really made a mark on who you are and been a big pivotal factor into getting you to where you are today?
The biggest loss for me and will forever be the biggest loss is the loss of my father. And it's interesting for me to think about this and try to explain what that loss meant for me. I think when I turned 33, when I turned 32 or 33, because he died when I was 15, right? So when I think it was like around that time, I texted Raven and I was in a really bad place and I was crying and I was like, I just realized that I've lived my life more without my dad than I've had him in my life. It was that kind
Whoa.
of, yeah, it was that marker. So it was like, it was 16 years more than 15. So 30, 31.
Mm.
And it was shocking for me. And I was like, wow, so much has happened in those 16 years. And I've accomplished so much. And I think that was the thing that kind of it still gets to me because there's a lot of things that I've accomplished. And even when it came down to graduating high school, I
Mm.
was like, wow, I wish my dad was here to see me like win in this. I sang the national anthem in front of everybody and I looked out and I could see everybody's parents. And it was like really bittersweet. I was the first in my family to go to college. And I was like, wow, when I got Drag Race and when I experienced that, when I released music, like even when I
Mm.
bought this house and things happened in the house, like the water heater messed up. I was like, I wish I had my dad. I wish that I could just call him and be like, Dad, what do I do? And I think a lot of people take for granted the love that they still have available to them, right? And I'm not
Yeah.
assuming that everybody has a great relationship with their dads. But
No.
for me, I just wish that there was that moment where I could just hear him say, "Oh my gosh, you're doing great. I'm proud of you." Because he always said that before he passed away. And I think he knew that I was a little gay boy before I knew. He never said the words, but every day when he would drive me to school, it would be that little chat that he would give me. And the chat was
Before you
always,
get
don't
out of the
drink.
car.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And it was every day. And it would be, don't drink, don't do drugs, did both.
Sorry, Dad.
And I think he knew that I was going to be that kind of person. So he was like, hey, just hear me out. And then the last thing that he would say to me was, and don't worry about what people are saying about you. You're great. You're amazing. you're gonna do well in life. And it never registered until he passed. I was like, oh my gosh, he was always protecting me and always knew that I was different. And the last words I said to him before I went to school that morning was, see you later, Dad. So I held on to that for
Wow.
a while. Yeah. I
Mm.
held on to it for a while. So I never said the words bye. For 20 years, I didn't say bye. I would say see you later to people. But then I finally grew out of that because I was like, bye is okay. You could say bye. And I
Yeah.
mourned him for 20 years, girl. It was a
Yeah.
long mourning. And what was funny was I settled down with the mourning because I had something else happen that was really terrible. So I started dealing with that. It was a breakup. And I was like,
Oh my God. I better get over that now. Oh,
sorry, Dad, I have something else to worry about. But I'm over that. And that process was a lot quicker. And I think that's what I've learned about my life is that my dad, even though I only had him for a decade and a half, really impacted who I am today.
shit.
And he was such a great guy. He was not perfect at all and never claimed to be, but he was such a great guy. And I'm glad that I got those 15 years with him. He
That's
really,
beautiful.
really changed my life and still continues to change my life.
Because he's forever a part of you. Because you're quite a spiritual person, would you say?
Yes,
Do you feel
I
he's,
now am.
yeah, and does this come after sobriety that you found that spirituality?
Yes. Yeah, totally. I've always felt you know how you could feel energies
Yeah.
when you're in a room and whether it be physical people that are there or like just energy in a room. And
Mm.
I've always felt that. But after becoming sober, I think I have more of an awareness. And I think you're really good at this too, where you'll meet somebody and whether or not you can joke with them or
Oh, yeah.
have that moment with them, and when you meet somebody where you can't, you're just really cordial and you say hi, or you just don't speak to them.
Yeah. And you just,
Like, and
yeah.
sometimes we try a few times too for those people, and they show us, no,
Yeah.
we're not interested. And I think that's a good thing to be.
Yeah. But do you feel like, have you felt his essay? You said you saw the butterflies and stuff like that. Do you feel like your dad has been present in any particular way for you?
I think for a pretty long time he was for me. I haven't felt him in a really long time, but I also understand that as I think he's now no longer worried about me. I think for a short
His
while
job's
he
done.
was, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's okay. I think his last words to me were take care of your sisters. And
Oh.
that because I have two younger sisters and it took me a while to finally get there, but we're taking care of each other. They're actually coming over for dinner tonight. And
Ah,
it's really cool because culturally, as Laotian people, we don't really talk about our feelings. It's not a thing. We don't talk about mental health because,
mhm.
mental health is, oh, that's a witch over there, or and maybe I am a
Yeah.
witch, bitch.
I wouldn't be
It's
surprised.
baby, honey, we were
Yeah.
talking to Gaia, baby.
Yeah, baby, a guy was coming through.
Remember when that happened? Remember when it started
And
off
she
as a
did,
joke? Yeah.
but it started happening. Gaia was coming forth, and she was coming, and then, I walk away, and then I turn around, you're still at the trees.
Looking crazy. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't care if I look
You
crazy.
you can't.
It's
Was, was your dad like that? Was your dad? What was like? Was your dad like a joker? Was he like?
oh my gosh, my dad was fun. The thing that I hated the most about my dad was he knew that I was easily startled and he would wait behind doors for me to startle me. And after he died, I would literally every door that I walked past, I'd be like, no, you're dead now, so you can't do this.
He's poltergeisting your life.
Literally. I'm like, no, I'm not ready for this. Don't.
Give me 20 years and a
Yeah,
breakup,
no,
and
no,
I'll be
no,
fine.
no, please.
Do you feel like that your sense of humor is channeled sometimes from him, or do you get? What's your mum's
Yes,
sense of
honestly, my my mom,
humor?
I don't think ever made me laugh. Yeah, we don't I don't think she ever made me laugh. We don't have a relationship. I always felt like with my mother, I felt like I was also taking care of her. And I think that's why my dad and I were so close. Like my sisters and I were really close to my dad. My mother struggled a lot with mental illness.
Okay.
So it was really difficult for us to have her be like this
Be present.
authority figure for us.
Mm,
So yeah, growing up, it was a lot of confusion for the
mm,
kids, but I'm really proud of us and where we
yeah.
are. Cause I talk about this with my sisters. I was like, there was a fork in the road for us, and we chose the better path because we could have gone the other way and become really shitty people, like
Mm,
really shitty people. But we're on this side where we have desires and dreams to grow and evolve because life is about evolving, right?
yeah.
Or the
Yeah. It,
experience of life is, and I know I'm a crazy person for saying this, but I feel like every single thing that we experience, I don't know, maybe there was a place that we were in before we came to earth to become humans, and I think we were like, I want to experience pain and heartbreak and breakups, and I want to know what it feels like to mourn a death. Like I'm sure I chose everything
yeah.
beforehand.
You just went whoop on all the buttons.
Every baby,
Me too.
baby, give me combo number 6.
Yeah, yeah. I want the lot. Thank you.
Yeah, baby, heavy on the seasoning.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is special about life, because when we experience the great times and the happiness, we feel good and we're so like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. But we have to feel that about the bad stuff too, because you can't
Mm,
have all this great stuff without feeling the bad stuff. And I'm grateful for all of that because
yeah.
it's just a human experience. That's what it
Yeah.
is,
Yeah,
you
it's what
know?
life is, especially in the conditions that we've made ourselves, like as humanity
Yeah,
created. And I think,
yeah,
another part of humanity is this sharing of stories. If life is, if it's anything, it is just a series of stories that we're telling each other every day,
yeah.
which is
Baby,
wild.
it's a lot of suffering, but it's
Yeah,
getting through the suffering
yeah.
and just still being able to carry light
Dare I
in
quote
a world of suffering.
yeah, dare I quote our mother as the tenacity of the human spirit. Do you know that quote from RuPaul?
No.
Oh, she always goes,
Wait, say it again.
she goes, it's about the tenacity of the human spirit. Our
That's
show
beautiful.
is about the tenacity of the human spirit. Have you never heard RuPaul
Damn.
say that?
Sometimes does she say it to me?
I think she said it to all of us.
Sometimes I'll be on that main
And
stage
you're
and
just
I'll
like,
stand
whoop.
and oh my gosh, I talk about being in the moment. When I'm there, I'm like, where am I? Why am I here?
Who are you?
Yeah, RuPaul is really wise.
Yeah.
She's really wise. I think she said to me one day on the main stage, she said, say, repeat after me, God, I release to you my resentments. And I still use that. I
I
still use
release to
that.
you my resentments. Yeah.
Because she said to me, she said, Juju, it's not yours to carry anymore. And I was
Yeah.
like, huh.
Thank you, mother.
Sometimes you need to hear that.
Mm,
Sometimes you need to hear it from supermodel of the world. As fierce and as incredible and made up as Rue is, when you dive into who she is spiritually, she's very calming and she has a
yeah.
very strong presence. And people always ask, how is she? Like, what is she like in person? I'm like, first, she's really tall, like incredibly tall. And when she's in a room, you know she's there, even if you can't physically see her. Like you
You can
feel her.
feel it. You
Yeah,
can.
you can
You like
feel her.
you always know when she's like behind the wall and
Uh-huh.
she's here.
You're like, shit, I need to stop talking shit about her.
Yeah, yeah,
She can hear
yeah.
me.
You're actually quite you're fine. Oh, JuJuBee, you are honestly one of the most. I think you said about RuPaul being wise, but I have to say you are definitely on your way to being quite a wise owl in this world.
Thank you. It's because I'm an old lady.
No,
The old
I
lady
didn't say.
club.
I made sure to not use the word old because I was going to call you a
Sun
wise old
hats
owl,
and
but
sprinklers and butterflies and
you're
joint
like
medication.
you what the fuck? For those of you listening, I have just been presented with vials of medications and vitamins, and there
Honey,
vitamins in there?
magnesium,
Like,
mushroom complex, vitamin D3, acetaminophen, allergy relief, glutathione, which is really good for your skin, and joint support.
mama, she's healthy. You are like that one of the aunties in Practical Magic, ready to go.
I always
Drop of
got
a
something in my
hat.
purse.
Yeah. What do you need? I've got it. I've got it.
Wait, aren't you like that too? I feel like
Yeah,
you're
I
like
am.
that.
What do you need? This is my medicine bag. I got my medicines. I got right now. I've got Barocca. I've got to do a stock up. I've been on two. I got
What's
my
Baraka?
Atlanta. That's like a energy.
Oh,
It's for mental sharpness, and it's got like vitamin C, magnesium, calcium, zinc. I've got the,
Magnesium's really good for you.
yeah, got the Mylanta for your heartburn if you need it. What I got? Allergy tablets. I've got diarrhea relief. You let me know. I've got it.
Diarrhea relief.
Mama, I got IBS, bitch.
Machi, what you eating, mama?
Shitting through the eye of a needle every day.
Shitting through the eye.
Have you never heard that one?
No, but I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, shitting through the eye of a needle. That means that shit is so liquid, it will go straight through the hole of a tiny little needle. Bitch.
Oh my God.
But as we are coming to the end of our time together, I think you've touched on things that you've found, but I'd like to ask, what's from the losses that you've experienced in your life, what's something that you found?
Myself. Yeah. It's so cheesy. But
No,
yeah,
it's not.
yeah, myself. And I also feel like I'm still growing. Like there's a lot of me that's still that little kid that's really curious about the world. I and I think we have the perfect opportunity as drag performers who've come out of Drag Race to explore the world. And I've learned a lot of things about myself through travel and through
Mm,
experiences with people like you. We get to share our stories together and we get to do our little gossip sessions and then we learn about each other. And
yeah,
whether it be through like meeting new people or trying new foods, I love eating. I think
yeah.
you know this.
And it brings us together. It's like
Yes.
it's a
Yeah.
connection building experience.
Yeah. And I never want to eat with people I don't like.
Yeah,
And thank goodness I haven't had to do that much in my life. So like when we get to share meals, like all those meals we got to do with each other, I thought was so special because it was like we were nourishing our bodies, but also like spiritually we were there together and having a
yeah.
great time. And I've been able to find myself.
That's beautiful. I love it. And I'm honored to be able to call you a friend and a sister and have been a part of your journey in some way. It's very special to me. And I can't wait to have more adventures with you at some
Hopefully
point.
soon, bitch.
I would love that. Even
Sister,
if I can just come and, oh, my beautiful sister, if I can come and just water your garden with you, I would be
please.
supremely honored.
You got to dress as Francine.
I'll do it. I'll do it. And I'll do Francine with a little, like, a little garden hat. And I'll come
Oh yeah,
out.
but the perfect wig for that is a blonde 90s supermodel.
Bro, yes, a vanity
Like a
blonde
vanity.
simple. Yeah.
It's
And
literally the
I'll
perfect wig.
center part it and just like flick out the ends. I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna dress as Francine. It's gonna happen.
Also, I also spent the entire tour forgetting that I really want you to do a Liza Minnelli voiceover for me so I could send it to the girls. So
Yeah, just let me know what you want me to say and I'll do it for you, bitch.
I gotta go back and listen to it. I'll
Yeah.
just send it. You know what? It's the first song in Drag the Musical Live. You'll hear Liza Minnelli's voice, and it starts off with "There once were a couple of drag queens who used to be madly in love," and I want you to do that so I can send it to
Okay.
them because they'll
Can you send me
freak
the
out.
script and I'll do it? And I'll do it in drag and I'll sit there and I'll make it a fabulous.
No, will you?
Yeah, I'll do it in drag. Yeah.
I will. Oh my gosh. If here's my dream, and maybe I can manifest this. If we go to the West End, I think they should just have you come in every night and do that part.
Done. Done.
Just
Alaska.
literally, you
Listen,
would
if you're
work for
listening.
1 minute
Yeah.
and then get to watch the show. It would be so freaking cool.
I would live. I would fucking live. And I hope it does go to the West End because Drag the Musical needs to live on forever.
Baby, it was fun.
Yeah,
It was fun.
it's a dream. But JuJuBee, I've got to love you and leave you. And it's been an absolute honor to have you on my show. Thank you for coming. I can't wait for our circle jerk in the Arctic Circle. But I love you very much. And thank you for absolutely everything. You're a dream.
I love you too. Thank you for
Love you
having
too.
me.
All right, my beautiful friends. We'll be back after this break. Welcome back, everybody. I told you, what a star, what a beautiful human being JuJuBee is. It's actually quite a bit emotional. She's just such a lovely human being, and it really just was so nice to just have that time with JuJu. And it just makes me feel very happy and loved and appreciated. And it's. I told you at the start of the episode, you don't find many people that have that energy, and it just makes me feel full and happy. And I hope that you've experienced that today. Oh my god! emotional. But anyway, my friends, it is time for a little healing hands. I haven't done one for a while, but I'm back with a little healing hands. So for those of you that don't know, I did a certificate one in Reiki, which means I can do hands-on healing. The certificate two I have not done yet, but I am bypassing that, and I am hands-on healing the world via the internet with a little segment that I like to call Healing Hands. So I popped out a little question asking if anyone needs advice, and I actually got some good responses, which is lovely. I think I've got healing hands for months. So I'm going to go through. These are people jumping in on Instagram. And my first comes from Sari asking any advice on dealing with FOMO. So the fear of missing out. What a incredibly powerful experience FOMO is. I've been the victim of FOMO many times, and I think the only thing that you can do with dealing with FOMO is not put yourself in a position where you're constantly looking at the thing that you've missed out on. Don't punish yourself by, if you've made a decision to not do something or you can't do something, don't make it more difficult for yourself, because going in and checking on people's stories or reading or looking at things is less like punishing yourself for not being there, and it doesn't bring you any benefit. It's not going to get you there. It's not going to change the outcome of where you're at. Don't do that. That's a big no-no in my book. But also just realize that if you didn't do something, it was for a reason. It happened for a reason. You made the decision not to go because it wouldn't be beneficial to you, or you didn't want to be there, or if it didn't work out, it wasn't meant to be. And it's probably for the best that you weren't, because if you were there, I don't think things would play out the way that you feel like they would. So I would reground yourself and just go, hey, babes, this wasn't my moment. And you just let it go. You got to let it go, babes. Don't hold on to it. All right, I'm going to give you another one. The next question is, would you do global or American All Stars? Oh, and I'm assuming this is talking about, this is not healing, but an interesting question nonetheless. I'm talking about Drag Race. I've been back twice now, so I've done Down Under and then I did UK versus the World. Would I go back? Yeah. If the opportunity felt correct and it felt like it was the right thing to do, I'd 100% go back. I loved it. I love filming Drag Race. It's one of my favorite things that I've ever done in my life. I have such a good time in the experience. The thing that makes it a little challenging is the aftermath, when you're thrown into that public sphere again, because we put ourselves in that position. So, along with that comes critiques from the world and people having opinions and comments about you, which is comes with the territory, and it is what it is. And that becomes quite challenging. However, I still love sharing my art with the world. So, if it felt right and I could afford it, because it's quite expensive. If it felt right and I could afford it, I would 100% be back with bells on, because any chance to entertain you, that would be quite gorgeous. So I'll do one more before we wrap up today's episode. And this comes from one of my sisters, name redacted. I'm going through a quarter life crisis. Help, mama. Quarter life crisis, midlife crisis, all these life crises happen to every single one of us. Lean on us. Message your family, message your friends, and reach out. Let us know what's going on. I think coming along with those crises, especially as a creative, is you feel blocked creatively. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to create, and you feel like there's nothing you do that you have passion about. But you have to sit in that for a little bit and maybe figure out why that's happening and what's causing it. And if it's nothing, which it could be, very much could be, you chug along as best as you can. You do the things that you know you're good at, that you can do with your eyes shut, that even if it's not bringing you as much joy, it's still getting you through, because you don't want to stop and pull yourself out from life completely, because that's a bit of a dangerous path. So you make sure you just fall back on those things that you know you can do really well, and at some point a light will reveal itself, and it will be like, okay, that's what I need to do. Something will pop up and it will give you that juice again, and it will start charging those batteries again. So that's what I've experienced, that when I felt really in those dark times and things aren't going well, I just do the things that I know I can get through to service the job that we do. And you'll find moments of joy in that. Probably won't be the greatest amount of joy, but it will definitely help. And you get paid, you keep living, And then I've always found that there's something that just pops up that just gives me a bit of joy. Last year, that was working out. I did a Christmas show in the end, and I was doing it Friday and Saturday nights for a couple of weeks, and that brought me so much joy. And it happened at the right time when I was feeling really down and not creative, and it really got my juices going again. Sorry for saying juice, but so give that a go. But also rely and lean on the people around you. That's what we're here for. We're all here for you, babes. You know who you are because the name was redacted. But my friends out there, thank you again for listening to another beautiful episode of What's Lost Got to Do with It. Thank you, JuJu, for being my guest. Have a fabulous week. Look after yourselves. Be bold, be brave, be gorgeous. My name's Hannah Conda, and we'll be back with another episode of What's Lost Got to Do with It very soon. I love you. Bye.